Truckers say if you break down on Deadman Pass in winter, you don't always freeze to death. Sometimes, you get help.
Strange, funny trucking stories, all in one universe, at Load Runner Diesel. Follow and stick around.
Deadman Pass cuts through the Blue Mountains in eastern Oregon. The name goes back to the 1800s, when early settlers tried to cross the pass in winter and were caught by storms that came faster than they could move. In January of 2011, a driver named Caleb Rourke was hauling west when the storm closed in harder than the forecast called for. Snow went from light to blinding in minutes. The wind shoved the rig sideways. Just short of the summit, the engine sputtered once, then died. Caleb coasted onto the shoulder and tried the key again. Nothing. No cell service, no traffic, and no heat anymore. He stayed in the cab, watching his breath fog the windshield as snow stacked against the hood. He sat there longer than he meant to. That's when he saw movement in front of the headlights. A man stepped into the light and stopped. Caleb cracked the window. The man asked, "Are you stopped?" Caleb said yes. "You don't want to sit here long," he said. "This wind turns cruel after midnight. Most who stop up here don't finish the crossing," he said. Caleb forced a laugh. "I'll manage." The man shook his head. "That's what we thought." Caleb hesitated, then said, "I'm Caleb." The man nodded once. "Thomas." The wind rattled the door. Caleb asked, "Who's we?" Thomas answered without hesitation, "My family." "And where are they now?" Thomas didn't look at him. "Still here." Caleb glanced back toward the road. A woman and 2 children. Their coats hung straight, heavy at the hem. Caleb felt his chest tighten. He turned back to Thomas. "They're right there." Thomas nodded once. "Yes." "We couldn't find our way through," he said. The snow closed back in. The shapes were gone. Then he stepped back from the door. "You should try again," he said, nodding toward the dash. Caleb turned the key. The engine started immediately. When he looked back up, Thomas was already walking away into the snow. Caleb watched until the darkness swallowed him. He never stopped on Deadman Pass in winter again. But every time he thinks about that night, he remembers how grateful he felt to see someone standing in front of his headlights, and how close he came to never finding his way through.